So I used to be big into the Mayan calendar and 2012 and all of that stuff. Obviously prior to 2012, I don't know if you've seen I actually never even saw that movie 2012. But I was really interested in that stuff. I actually first heard about the Mayan calendar back in 2006. So I had a lot of time to research and just geek out on astrology, numerology, the Mayan calendar, 2012, and all those different types of things. And I ran across this guy, this archaeologist named Ian Lungold. And Ian Lungold had been doing research on the Mayan calendar for decades. And he'd spent a lot of time in South America, primarily like Honduras and Ecuador, places like that, really, connecting with genuine Mayan shamans, and just really trying to get an understanding of the Mayan calendar. And I watched a bunch of his seminars, and man, just really mind-blowing information. But the premise of his teachings was that the Mayan calendar was actually a calendar of conscious evolution. You see, you're not your body, okay? You are the thing that lives inside of your body. That voice in your head, the emotions that you feel, the screen of your mind, those are all tools, or those are all attributes of your true self. You are actually a infinite spiritual being that lives inside of your body. Okay, so your body is essentially a tool that you were given in order to navigate your consciousness or your spirit or your soul through this thing called life. And Ian had mapped out this Mayan calendar, and how the Mayan calendar it had symbology to it. There's different time cycles. There was a smaller cycle, and then the smaller cycle was almost like a gear that ran a bigger gear, which ran an even bigger gear. And what these calendars, or what these cycles of time meant, was a timeline of conscious evolution, where our consciousness was evolving. You see, every thought that you think, every thought that has ever been thought, leads us to the thinking of an even greater thought. Everything in the world around us is in a constant state of evolution. Evolution is either growing or disintegrating. And in 2012, that year, symbolized the ending of what was called the Great Cycle for the Mayan people. And that Great Cycle was actually 26,000 years. That cycle, to complete that cycle. So we have a yearly cycle, it's 365 days. And there are also monthly cycles, okay, full moon, new moon type cycles. And so there's also these bigger cycles going on in the universe and in time itself. And 2012 represented the end of a great cycle. And the end of a cycle does not mean the end of the world, as many people thought it did. Many people, they made a movie about it. There was a lot of doom and gloom, a lot of negative information revolving around that date of December 21st, 2012. But what it really represented was a end of one cycle and the beginning of another. And Ian, in his seminar, showed that there were steps of evolution, and we were going to the very last step of evolution, and that was galactic consciousness. And with the advent of the internet, of cryptocurrencies, of technologies like smartphones, and all these different technological advances, that is showing that we're going into a new cycle, a new phase, a new reality. literally a new reality. And he says in this new reality, because we're taking in so much greater information, that we have to start learning to live from our heart. We have to let our hearts be our guide rather than with our logical mind. You see, the logical mind can really fool us a lot of times. Fool us by fear. Because when you think of making a change, taking a different action, you're always going to be faced by fear. And often, fear is a byproduct of overanalyzing, being too logical. And that overanalyzing creates fear and doubt and holds you back from taking action ultimately. Whereas when you live from your heart and you actually let go of your control, wanting to control everything, wanting to control how things play out, letting go and allowing life to play out, to unfold naturally and spontaneously the way that it's supposed to for you. Okay, the goals that you have in your life, if you want to do big things, if you want to make $1 million or more, if you want to create awesome relationships, all of those things, the purpose of them is to make you bigger as a human, to make you a better human, period. And probably the biggest step that you've got to take to overcome that fear is to let go of your control, allow life to unfold the way that it's supposed to, allow life to bring you the opportunities, to bring you the relationships, to bring you the resources that you need to create the vision that you have in your mind. Okay? And then to be led by your emotions. Your emotions are an inner guidance system. Your emotions are a communication system between you, your physical, conscious, and your subconscious, non-physical, higher self. Okay? Your higher self is constantly communicating to you through your emotions. And resistance, or I should say adversity, any seeming adversity in your life is a sign that you have resistance in that area where the adversity is. When you let go of your control, when you accept and allow things to be as they are, holding strong to your vision, holding strong to the goals that you have in your heart, then I'm telling you that adversity, the adversity will just go away. It will take care of itself. It will just take care of itself. The opportunity, the resources, the strategies, the plans, everything will be given to you so that you can move forward in the direction of your goals and dreams. But you've got to learn to start listening to your intuition, start listening to your emotions. Fear, worry, anxiety, resentment are all signs of resistance. Any adversity that you believe that you have in your life, it's not adversity that's coming at you. That would be thinking like a victim. Adversity is simply a sign showing you where you need to let go of your control addictions. Trying to control things and have things be exactly the way that you think that they should be. Rather than letting go of control and allowing the divine, allowing God, allowing the universe to unfold perfectly, non-resistantly toward the accomplishment of that goal and dream. And I'm here to tell you, the more often that you listen to your intuition, that you do not act, that you do not take action when you are feeling emotions such as resentment, fear, worry, anxiety. Instead, take time to meditate. Take time to practice gratitude. Take time to refocus on your vision. Refocus on the image, what you want to create. Because the idea that you have, the money that you want to make, the relationships you want to have, everything that you want is so that the divine can experience it through you. so that it can use you to unfold its greater goal, its greater vision. I'm here to tell you, my friends, the world that's being created right now and over the next 100 years is the most incredible life reality that you could ever imagine. The future is so great that most people cannot even fathom how great that it is. But the only way that it's going to unfold is for us to learn to let go of our control, to start listening, to start letting our emotions, letting our consciousness, letting our conscience, letting our intuition be our guide. That is how we start to live at a higher level. And we can only create higher level experiences, higher level inventions, when we take our consciousness, our belief, the way that we live our lives to the next level. So, what are you trying to control in your life? What is the seeming adversity in your life right now that if you looked at it objectively, you could see that it was a sign showing you that you needed to let go of your control of something and allow something to either wash away and leave your life, or maybe you need to be open to doing things a different way, because the way you do things is producing the results that you're getting in your life. And you have to ask yourself, are you really happy with the results that you're getting in your life? If you're not, you might want to think about changing the way that you're doing things.